Hi everyone, this is Gigaversity. My name is Bill Inman. Thanks for joining today. Today we're going to take a look at what the Labor Department is thinking and researching about the gig economy from an article in the Journal Inquirer that was printed in December of 2018. Now the article title states that data is unclear on the shift to the gig economy the Labor Department finds. Let's see what they found. And according to the study, there is little solid evidence that Connecticut residents or Americans more broadly are replacing traditional payroll jobs with freelance work, the state Labor Department says. So this is Connecticut State Labor Department. The review, which looked at U.S. and state census labor and wage statistics, found that a portion of American workers who self-identify as self-employed has not changed over the past 20 years, while contingent and alternative work arrangements decreased between 2005 and 2017. So this is an interesting take and an interesting study. I know from being in the industry over the past 20 years that it's grown from being an industry, just temporary labor alone in the U.S. was $70 million before the 2008 downturn and is now over $160 billion. And again, that was $70 billion. I think I might have said million. Now it's $160 billion in 2019 and growing. $400 billion to $1 trillion industry worldwide, and many gig economies are seeing huge surge of growth. Let's continue to read what they have to say. A study by the Board of Governors and the Federal Reserve System showed that 3 in 10 adults have some time a side job. So that's 30%. That's a fair amount. While analysis by the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston found that as of 2015, and this is a 2018 article, so that's kind of old, 37% of non-retired working age people participated in informal work. There's so many names for it: gig economy, contingent workforce, contractors, consultants, freelancers. Then now they're calling it informal work. So these figures could suggest that workers are primarily picking up gig-style opportunities to supplement, not replace, their existing income. And it says here that real wage growth has stagnated. Now, in a recent post that we did, we talked about somebody who was working as a part-timer for Arbonne selling products, and also they were a full-time school teacher. And we also saw in some stats in that article and others that since the 1970s, the growth in wages in the U.S. has only grown up by 0.2% per year. So yes, this seems correct. The first part talked about not a lot of growth, which didn't really register with me. But this talking about supplementing, not replacing their existing income is exactly what we're talking about for the gig economy now, but will become the norm for your real primary full-time income within the next decade. That's just where companies want to go. They may have a core staff internally, but they're going to want to outsource and have gig workers for as much as they can. It reduces their risk. Just too much sense in it for companies. Let's continue to move on here. Cell phone applications and other technology allow users to set up their own working arrangements in ways that may not be as easy to measure as payroll jobs or W-2 jobs, or permanent quote-unquote jobs, meaning the true scope and reach of the gig economy may always be hard to estimate. Well, there's as many, certainly the Department of Labor has access to W-2 information and payroll information, and that helps a lot, come up with statistics. But we're learning a lot more. There's a lot of metrics around who's working in the gig economy and so forth, and of course the Department of Labor is a public institution, but and many of these gig economy platforms are private companies that don't release a lot of data. But over time, I think we'll see a lot more about the statistics. They're just saying here that it's hard to measure. Skepticism, the article says, skepticism towards the significance of freelance work has been growing since the summer. Again, this is late 2018, December 2018 article, when the Bureau of Labor Statistics, a unit of the U.S. Labor Department, released a far-reaching overview of national employment trends. The analysis estimated the number of temporary workers, those who did not expect their jobs to last, in 2017 at around 5.9 million, or 3.8% of all workers, lower than in 2005, the last time the survey was conducted. Now, temp labor, where you're working at an hourly rate, mostly for a staffing company, as opposed to gig work, where you're an independent contractor working for a platform, or you're getting paid as a consultant, possibly on 1099. Those are two different things. And we have seen a lot of stats around temporary labor hovering between 3 and 5%. Last part of the article says, the share of independent workers in the broader labor force also dropped from 7.4% in 2005 to 6.9% in 2017, according to the Bureau study. So let these public institutions tell you that it's not growing. The gig economy is growing like crazy, and Fortune 500, Global 2000 companies and mid-sized companies are adopting it as best they can. It just lowers their risks and costs. Now's the time, while it's still young, to really plant yourself firmly in something you love to do in the gig economy, because in the next decade, we're going to see a seismic shift in how labor is employed worldwide. So thanks for watching. Good luck in the gig economy. We're happy to be here for you. Like and subscribe us. Become a member of Gigaversity to learn as much as you need to know to be successful in the gig economy, and we'll talk to you soon.